Hey, I'm just doing a follow-up video showing a new game selection screen for your Arcade Stick Pro using the hack, um, running arcade games off of your USB drive. This is dedicated to Neo-Geo, so that's what this is all about. But the hack itself, if as you know, is pretty crude. It just has, little thumbnails. Some of them are broken, and it just shows the actual game file, the file name, which is pretty crude. But I mean, it's all we got, and I mean, really, it's about the games and playing them. But at the same time, you kind of want to have a nice interface and something that looks cool. So. There's a user on Reddit named Infos that had a really great idea of utilizing original MVS labels to kind of cover up that whole area to where you don't see the file name and a thumbnail. So the MVS label itself becomes the game title that you select the game from, which I thought was really cool. And then I started to think that I remember that there was a user on the Neo-Geo forums named Tony that had come up with these graphical labels for his original cartridges. So he created these several years ago and shared them with the community to kind of print their own to put on their MVS cartridges, because the arcade cartridges are pretty plain. They're just made to be in an arcade, and this is just a way of kind of making things look nice. And the labels come up, a lot of the labels are really screwed up, scratched or dirty or really funky, or missing the label altogether. A lot of collectors, though, don't want to screw around with the labels because it holds value to them if they want to resell it. But anyway, I thought this was a great application for those MVS labels that he created. Obviously, he didn't make one for every single game. He had just done it for the games that he had, and then at some point he took requests and he made more, but he never really completed the whole set. So another resource is Jammin Nation, who had actually created custom labels for MVS carts to mimic the original MVS label. So as you see here, like on Aggressors of Dark Combat, they made that one. And so I just kind of sprinkled that one in, or those types of labels in, with those graphical labels, just to kind of keep the consistency of the game selection. And it also makes sense because those are original MVS labels. So as I go through the selection screen, you'll see that some of those labels are mixed in with the graphical labels. But that guy Tony had made quite a bit of them. I basically just went in and resized all the labels to try and maximize that space, because I wanted the label to fit within that rectangle, because I don't have any control over that highlighted rectangle for the game selection. So at some point I made them pretty big to where it went outside of those, out of that border. So it took a little while just kind of figuring out what the perfect size was, and then keeping all of the labels consistent to that size was a challenge. So anyways, I'm finished. This is the final product. And I have a link in the description that takes you to all these files, the images, so that you can drop them into your FBA folder. So you'll just need to create an images folder within your FBA folder, and you'll put these files in there. They're already named to match the ROM title, so you just drop them in, and whatever ROMs you do have, it'll show up. It might show all the games to select, but if you don't have the ROM, I could be wrong, though. I don't know. Just try it out. Check it out and see what you think. But it's definitely a lot better than what we have with the hack. And again, if you love Neo-Geo like I do, then this is a cool way to do it. Even though the arcade stick has a lot of these games unlocked, or at least 40 of them unlocked, I just kind of want a one-stop shop to play the game. So they're here now too. But yeah, just check out the link in the description. It'll take you to a Google Docs folder that has all of these images. Just download them. And like I said, drop them in that FBA folder. You'll need to make an images folder in the FBA folder. Put these images in there. They're already named to match your ROM. And again, these are the ROMs that I have that are actually working on the stick. So you might have different ones. All you'll have to do is just kind of tweak it, rename it to match the actual file that you have that's working for you. But yeah, man, just check it out, see what you think. Hope you enjoy it.